Hey there, flutists. Today we are going to talk about articulation. Now, articulation in music means the same thing as articulation in speech. So if you've heard anybody before say, oh, he was a very articulate young man, or he articulated his sentences very clearly, articulation refers to the formation of speech sounds and everything that's involved in that, you know, your lips and your tongue and your teeth and your mouth and your soft palate, because there's a lot going on in there that we don't even really think about. And music is the same way, because we have all these notes. Right now I have 4 Fs in a row, and I could play them all differently, same pitch. I could play them all differently with different articulations. So when we think about articulation, we want to think about, how do we start the note? Do we start it really gentle? Do we start it really hard? And a lot of this just has to do with kind of what is the mood of the piece? What are we playing? How do you connect one note to the next note? Is there space between them? Or is it really smooth and connected? Is there no space at all? Are we just kind of slurring into one note from the next? We also want to think about how we end the note. Does it end just very abruptly? Does it end very gradually? And then and there's still more, believe it or not, but you know, does the note have a lot of bounce? Does the note have is the note just very, very gentle? And so all of those things we think about. But when we are just learning the flute, we really just need to think about kind of just very basic ideas. And this is called tonguing, and we just use our tongue to separate the notes. Two, 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 two. Now, your air when you are tonguing does not stop. A lot of times beginners will go two, 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 and there's a lot of space between each note. Your air does not stop. It is just coming out in one stream, and then your tongue is just kind of like a flag flapping in the wind. And it's hitting that roof of your mouth and coming right back down. Sometimes when you try really, really hard to get your tongue to work, it tenses up, and then it doesn't really work very well. It's really a lot harder to control when it's tense. So I always think about, what is that dog with the droopy cheeks? Is that the bloodhound, the basset hound, the bloodhound? I think the droopy cheeks, just, you know, he's droopy, he's drooly, just really relaxed. And I try to just kind of channel the droopy dog when I play, and that really kind of helps keep everything nice and loose. And so think about that while you're playing. Let me play this for you. I have several exercises here, and you don't have to do them all, and you don't have to do them for very long. You can just kind of flip between one and another. I'm not going to play them all for you today, just because my flute this key is really leaky, and so it's not sounding super amazing. But let me just show you what I mean to get you started. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. You want to make sure you're not ending your last note with the tongue. You start the note, but you don't end the note with the tongue. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Just stop the note. Just stop the note. But don't use your tongue to stop the note, because otherwise it's kind of 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and it's kind of abrupt. Which we don't want, because when you're talking, just like you're singing, or just like when you're playing music, when you're talking, if you've ever paid attention, at the end of your sentences, you get quieter, or your voice kind of falls down a little bit. And everybody talks that way. And music is the same way. You don't want, I would not end a sentence really abruptly, like, hi, how are you today? Hi, how are you today? Do you hear? I mean, it's just very slight difference in inflection. So same thing with music. That is a lot of information all at once. But you're going to do this exercise right now. You can set a timer. It doesn't have to be a full minute, maybe like 30 seconds. Set a repeating timer for 30 seconds. And I'm just gonna flip through these pages so you can work on this. And this is not just articulation, right? I used all of the beginning band notes that we're learning, and so we get to practice note reading and fingers like switching between notes. So this kind of gives us enough time to think ahead to the next note. So all of these good things that we're working on right now. So here we go. 30-second timer for the F to E flat exercise. And F to D. And F to C. And F to B flat. And then you can kind of wrap this up for the day and come back tomorrow for E flat, which I'm going to go ahead and do right now, but you can, I'll mark these times in the video so you know where to start the video. All right, E flat to F. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 30 seconds, E flat to D. "30 seconds, E flat to C." 30 seconds, E flat to B flat. And it's time for day 3. So we are going to do the D's today. D, 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 F. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And notice I'm not going 2, 2, 2. Sometimes I hear this. Did you hear there's a little space between each note? Just want to connect them with your air. Blow through the note, blow through the note. Okay, 30 seconds. D to E flat, 30 seconds. D to C, 30 seconds. D to B flat, 30 seconds. And look, it's time for day 4. We're on C. All right, so here's our quick review because it's been 24 hours since you last played. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. C to E flat. Set a timer, 30 seconds. C to D. This is a tricky one, yes. Maybe do this a few more times. And this is C to C, which is not supposed to be there, but I must have made a mistake. But you could do it anyway if you want. And C to B flat. Timer, 30 seconds. All right, fifth and final day, and then you can just start the video all over again. Unless you want something a little more challenging, then I can provide that for you. So quick review, because this is something that probably you'll always fight against, because this creeps in without us realizing. Two, 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 two. Your air does not stop, and your mouth needs to be just in a really comfortable position. Two, two, two. So your tongue can hit the roof of your mouth. 30 seconds. B flat to E flat, 30 seconds. B flat to D, 30 seconds. And this is the very last one, B flat to C. Work on this one 30 seconds and go back and review any of them that you kind of struggled with, either the fingers. Sometimes the tongue has a hard time going between C and D because C is just more like an open note, and D like requires a little bit more air to get it going. So sometimes that's a tricky one. So if you want to go back and do C to D or D to C, that would be great. Or just, you don't even have to rewind, just go to C and D. All right. I hope this was helpful. Happy practicing.